Happy New Week, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you to another weekly market forecast with Yemi Olaleye. This covers for June 8th to June 12th, 2026. Starting from the fundamental outlook, focus is on high impact news only before we move into technical analysis. Monday and Tuesday happens not to have any news. And Wednesday, we have core CPI 1:30 p.m. Nigerian time on US dollar. 2:45 p.m. Nigerian time is Canadian dollar coming up with BOC rate statement. And then we move on Thursday. Euro comes up with US dollar from 1:15 p.m. Nigerian time to 1:45 p.m. Nigerian time. And that is main refinancing rates, monetary policy statement, and ECB press conference on the Euro 1:45 p.m. Nigerian time. Friday, which is the last trading day of the week, we have the GDP coming up on Great Britain pounds, 7 a.m. Nigerian time. And these are the highlights of the high impact news we should be expecting for this week. And of course, yes, we have to throw with caution because they have tendency to really push the market just like the last NFP. And congratulations to those that joined the session in the community because we had a live NFP trade and we looked at how the market interpretation works well with the technical outlook. Without further ado, let's go straight into that the XY starting for this week. So what exactly are we expecting for this week on the XY? We're expecting more bullish momentum overall, starting probably from Wednesday. And to cut that long story short, when we go to daily time frame perspective, we're going to see on this weekly, this is the target we're looking for. We're expecting the price to actually still break the previous high structure we had around 100.648. And then I'm looking forward to more buy on this one, particularly on the daily time frame perspective. Friday was massive, and you saw that you see the market actually broke the level that we anticipated at the beginning of the week, which was a very good one for us. Even though the price didn't get to the low we expected before we start buying, but it's fine. Overall, we said we'll be buying and looking forward to more buy. So when the news was around the corner, we're setting up for a buy on the DXY on the 4 hour time frame perspective, regardless, we look for more beautiful buy opportunity on it because right here we have our projection and right, I'm going to be looking for more buy on this one particular. So I'm going to take out this previous low structure. The only thing now is I'll be expecting a little bit of retracement back into a range before we have a continuation of that buy. And by the time we'll be expecting that sell momentum, let me just take this one up a little so we don't have a confusion over here. So what I'm saying here is very simple. I'll be waiting for a little bit of a sell momentum into a previous level like this before we see more buy, or at least 50% of this entire swing right here. So I'll be looking forward to see how the price is going to create that bearish momentum a little bit. So if I may check rather, I may see this happening on the 1 hour time frame. This is 1 hour time frame, which is not really looking so nice. I'm taking this one out. I just want to see how the price will react with this zone. We have a fantastic move out of this range. But then, this is what it is. This is 2 hour time frame perspective. I won't be looking for too much. So on 4 hour time frame, let me just stay on the 4 hour time frame right here. So in 4 hour time frame, about 50% of this entire range, or I just cap it to this level. So let me just expect the price to come into this range for a retracement before we have more buy momentum from here going forward for this week. So ideally, yes, I'm going to take this one out. So ideally, this is what we have on the DXY. I just want to see more retracement before we continue with the buy energy. Going straight to the EURUSD, let's see what we have on it. We have that for a sell last week, which was massive. On the weekly time frame perspective, it was a bearish week for us. We have a zone where we want to buy from on a short-term buy on the Euro US dollar on a lower time frame perspective. This was a massive bearish candle for last week Friday, or for last week generally. So there's high tendency that we're going to be selling overall again for this week. And as you can see on daily time frame perspective, we're very close to the daily buy zone, which I had there before now. And I had that zone before the market started pulling out of this chart of about 100 pips because I had that like 2 weeks ago. I have this level. So expecting the price to actually still come there after the lot of ranges we have here. And on 4 hour time frame perspective, we're not doing anything really, really long. Just that this level did not play out, so we're not using it anymore. We'd rather be waiting to see how the price is going to come to this price level around here and give us a level of opportunity to see if we'll be buying or if we'll be selling off right there. So for this week, what we'll be doing is very simple. Excuse me. I would be expecting a little bit of buy momentum because actually we have a zone we want to sell into. Would market can actually, let me see this. Market can actually open with a gap down into this range. And if it does, honestly speaking, it's a good zone to look for a buy like this. All right. It's a good zone to look for a buy. If the price actually opens into that range, excuse me, just like this, okay? So if I want to refine that, I'm just going to do something like this around there, and that will make sense. Excuse me, please. So, like I'm saying, this is exactly what I'm looking at. I want to see the price actually get here before we have more buy. But if I suspect the market might actually gap down, if it does, it makes sense. But if it doesn't, I will wait, patiently wait for more buy momentum into a price level like this where we can record reasonable potential sell level, which is otherwise known as a premium zone, right? So we can be selling from here. So this is what I would rather wait for. So I will rather wait and see how the price is going to give me that opportunity. If it's not there, I'll rather wait again because I've waited for more than 2 weeks to see all of this happening. I waited all through the range. So now the price is actually broken out of the range. It's almost the time for us to now execute with higher confidence. So this is what I have here for this one on Euro US dollar. Without further ado, let's go to the Great Pounds US dollar. All the levels I have here, they didn't play out yet, and they're far, far longer. And then this is what I have for this one too. I don't need anything on here. On the weekly time frame perspective, look at what we have. We have a sell for that last week. What still we have much in a range on this one right here, unlike the Euro US dollar. On the daily time frame perspective, still looking like we are much more in a range, even though I'll be looking for overall of a sell. But before then, I want to see a pure momentum for a buy by this level, at this level rather. So this suggests that we could actually still have that sell happening like this. It may not be that much before it continues selling anyways. It depends on how the price actually formed that momentum. So with this one right here, I'm not going to overstretch it. As a matter of fact, if this is not happening, there's no gap down in the market. So what I will be expecting is to see the price actually doing more of a retracement into this kind of range and then continue selling off. So this will not be a thing. All right. But ideally, I've seen this level over time and I'm expecting it to play out a little bit. So if the price gap down, you can just do about 10 pips, 15 pips stop loss. Then look for 1:1, 1:2 around there. And let me check, let me confirm if that will be enough. Yeah, of course, 1:1, 1:2, 15 pips stop loss will make sense. So around here, I'll be looking for a sell. And that means apart from the fair value gap zone that we have there. So it's just an opportunity to see if we're going to be seeing another opportunity for a sell. And we're not going to force it. Let it just form, then we take it right there. This is showing us a rebound already, and let's see if the price actually gets in there. So we're good to go. All right. That is on 1 hour time frame. Go back to 4 hour time frame and let's go to the AUD US dollar. Price not get to where we're expecting for last week. So what are we looking for a sell? And if the sell continues, where exactly would that be? I've said it before now. We have different zones right there. This is a zone, which is a very, very valid zone, which I'm expecting the price to react to it. It's very obvious on the chart. I've taken that out for a while now. So on this one, on weekly time frame perspective, that is my projection. On the daily, we have a zone just above it, whereby we might have a little bit of interaction, but I don't love it because it's not really looking too nice. It's a rough one, a bit rough. Okay. And then if we go to a 4 hour time frame perspective, let's see what we have. On 4 hours, I have a demand zone, which I marked here before now. I think I'm saying like the price will likely do a bit of retracement right there. But regardless, if the price just do something like this, it is essential so we can have that before the price will smash it and go to the weekly demand level. So obviously, we're looking for more sell on this one too, going forward for this week. So this level is just where I'm expecting the reaction to get into. I'm coming. I just want to mark that zone. So around here is where I'll be expecting the price to rehearse to. Okay, that is AUD US dollar going forward for the week. All right. And this is NZD US dollar. I projected last week that if it's not breaking above here on Monday, that we're going to be taking more of a sell because the above level which we have here is a weekly zone for a sell, and that is far away from now. So I'm taking it out. Now, currently, as at then I said we'll be looking for a sell when the price comes here, but price did not. And currently, price is sitting just around here, which is below the previous level. So when we took a sell right there, when I said it on Monday, I said the next target will be this low. And if you check that, that would have meant that the market has done over 174 pips in that single direction. My projection was even further because my projection is even here, and that's about 86 pips on average to get there going forward. So I'm going to take out this low, and then what else? Are we expecting a straight down movement right there? No, I would be waiting to see a little bit of momentum back inside that range going forward for this week as well. This is on 4 hour time frame perspective for this one too. So for me, I want to see reaction. I'm not jumping on a trade blindly. I just want to see this reaction. Okay. If the price gaps down, no problem. I have no issue with that, but I want to see quality trades before I execute. That is that on NZD US dollar. On the USD card, if you go to weekly time frame perspective, let's see what we have there. You realize that the price is actually ranging, but gave us a very good bullish momentum for last week and we are very close to the previous high structure which we targeted. And our main zone targeted is still very much high on the weekly time level, which is around 1.141129. And if you go to the 4 hour daily time frame perspective, let's see what we have too. We have a zone just sitting above right here at 1.141129, and that is where I'm saying that our target will be. This is a very healthy price structure and price action. And if you check this very carefully, you see that we have a high, which market is still respecting. But in my own opinion, I think we might just be seeing the price bouncing off into this level and giving us that strong buy later on. So, obviously speaking, I'm coming. I will be waiting to see. Good. I just want to try and move this price without changing the price. All right. So it won't be bad if we see the price actually coming back into this range here. And from this range, we see the price actually giving us more of a sell momentum. So going forward for this week, I want to see a sell here and break of this previous high structure. And when that will be happening, I want to see it massive. So till then, I want to see the price get here. We have a small sell momentum before we break above it again. But till then, let's just keep it simple. One trade per time. So let's go, let's go, let's go. This is for our time frame perspective. This is really massive. Anyways, it is really massive. This is on daily time frame I got this from, right? If I want to, how do I put this? I just want to try and read, how do I put this exactly? I just want to reduce the risk anyway, just more or less like I want to refine, okay? If I'm refining this, I just want to go with something I can afford to sacrifice in the market. So something like this is okay for me, I guess, yeah. So somewhere around here is okay for me. It means that I could be waiting to see the price actually dumping from wherever it is here, dumping down into this level and giving us that range and break above it. So overall going back into this level. So that is what I'm saying on 2 hour time frame perspective. So if I go back to 4 hour time frame, I just want to make it a little bit clearer. This is it here. I think this is too thin, right? Let me just make it a little more. Okay, something like this makes sense. All right, let's go. So that is the projection I have for this one right here on the USD card going forward. So the next guy, I don't want to spend much more time here. This is USDJPY. We have different zones at different levels. I'm taking out some of them already. It's too much. I don't like the chart. So this is the 4 hour time frame perspective. We are already at the 4 hour zone, which I already told you that we should be looking for what? Looking for a big sell momentum. So if we do see the sell, we want to see more buy going forward. And good thing, I said we should wait for this to happen. It's almost a month now. That was May 5th, right? Can you remember May 5th when the price created this low? I said guys keep buying till the price gets here, and that's about 450 pips currently. So congratulations to those that took that trade. And well, where we're going really with this, on weekly time frame perspective, where we're going is just above the previous high structure here. And for a very long time, we've not seen the price actually fully wait outside of that range since July 2024. So we had the high of July 2024 now, and it seems more like we're going to be breaking above it. And with the news and everything surrounding JPY, will that really happen, or we just have an history of something new that the market has not done before? Maybe it's high time we start seeing pullback on the USDJPY. So our fingers remain crossed on this one. If you're selling this one on lower time frame perspective, don't forget your risk must be very, very tight because you don't know much about what JPY is planning. This is also a very healthy price action, even though we have gaps in between and they are filled most of the times. And currently, just see how this open, just like the NZD US dollar for last week. When they open, we know what else to do with that. USDCHF is another fantastic one, which I had his own here. We didn't play out. I had his own here. We didn't play out. But on weekly time frame perspective, what do we have? We have a solid buy for last week, which is like we're still much in the range. But of course, yes, when we check the bigger picture and looking at it microscopically, you can tell that this is a very much of bullish momentum up above us here. So if I'm going to do anything, I'll rather wait and see the price reaction, creating such energy. So for me, this will be my projection for USD CHF on higher time frame perspective. So quickly, let's go to the daily time frame and see how that works on daily. On daily, we have a massive momentum on Friday, which really moved well in the market. And of course, it's ended that way at 0.79, 0.79632. And this is the level I'm expecting the price to actually still get into. So for now, the price has not gotten there. I'll go to the 4 hour time frame perspective and see what we have there. So I still have about how many pips? I have about how many pips to get there? I have about 40 pips to get into the level I'm targeting. So I would be expecting the price to do more of a retracement into this range before I spread that level. If it gets there a little bit, then smash it, then continue buying. This will be my projection on this one too. So let me see if I can refine that level on short time frame perspective so we don't have to risk too much right here. Okay, if I'm going to refine, I'll just create something like this. It's almost the same, almost the same. So I'm just going to try and create something more simple, whereby the price gets here. I want to see the price smash that zone too. So that is what I have as matter of fact on USDCHF, expecting a sell because we have high momentum right here and void, void, void. We have multiple fair value gaps, and so you don't want to jump on that buy right now. I want to see retracement. It makes it a more idea. So yeah, that is that on USDCHF. I'm about how many minutes? About 60 minutes all now. So let's see. Griffith pounds. I'm not talking about it too much weeks and weeks in outs and all of that. So I'm not talking about this guy too, Griffith pounds AUD. Okay, I gave out this setup in class in one of the sessions. And this is the weekly time zones which I'm expecting the price to actually get into before we have more sell. And obviously price didn't do that. And we had the sell flying down already. And what could that be? Can we expect more sales to happen? Well, since the last update and information around fundamental that affects or that concerns US dollar also affects Griffith pounds. So we might be seeing something similar here too. And if that should be the case, that means we may see more of the price giving us back into a fair value gap zone like this, smashing this level, giving a reaction a little bit, smash it through, and come back here for a buy in the future. So for me, if you ask me, this is what I would tell you that I'm not, this is a weekly time frame, so it's not playing out now. And if it does, I'll talk about it before then. It can fly there just before we see it. So now this is my outlook on this one particularly. This is a zone where we could be having a buy momentum, and there's nothing wrong here if the price is not holding, because yeah, of course, there's nothing really strong about this zone. So in fact, I could take it out and expect the price to just come down straight. But it would be wrong if I present like you won't see reaction here. You will definitely see. And let's see how the price move around this level, and then we good to go. So far, so well. This is my projection on Canadian pounds, Canadian dollar. So let's go to the next guy. BTC US dollar, significant movement up last week, about 80 minutes now. We have a previous low structure that broke completely, and then I was expecting to see more buy from that zone. But then, obviously speaking, this is a previous low structure which market is testing back again and again, and I'm not sure if we will closing below this level for good this time around or not. On the daily time frame, let's see what we have. Last week all through was it was a sell, and the sell momentum was really massive, and no point going back at some point at all. Everything was just bearish, and it's looking so clean. On the daily time frame, all I was just waiting to see is even as it is right now, taking out the previous low structure. If liquidity were grabbed, I want to see more buy. I want to see the price getting here, give reaction before it gets here in the future. So obviously speaking, we can tell that we're looking for more buy on the BTC US dollar. So for me, I'm not in a hurry. This is what I'll be waiting to see. On 4 hour time frame perspective, let's see how that looks like. On 4 hours, it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot of ranging and dropping. No massive movement all through this range. So let's see how the market opens with this. I'll be looking for more buy anyways, looking for more buy around there. That is what I have. So on this SAU US dollar, what do we have? This is good. If you check the weekly time frame on gold, let's see weekly time frame on gold. Do I even have anything on it? Nothing really, per se. This is a weekly zone that I have at 3,360. It seems like price can never get there. Well, let's see how it goes. Anyways, on daily time frame perspective, what do we have? We have the price tapping into this zone. You know, I talked about this range before it happened. This particular level here, before it happened, I talked about it that particular time. I'm coming. this one right here, you see this zone here. I talked about it before the price actually came there and tapped into it and it moved. So obviously price is back in there, which I wasn't expecting to see at all. I wasn't expecting to see price coming back into this range at all. So for me, I just want to see if the price is actually going to hold, if it gets here again, or it's going to smash through and go to the weekly level. But right now it is really, really dicey. On 4 hour time frame, what I would say is try and protect your capital at all costs. I'm not telling you to jump on trades you don't understand. One of the things I do is I work with what I understand. Okay. This was the last one I gave out for a buy. It smashed it through so bad. And it's okay. It's part of the business. I was looking at this level for a favorite gap zone to give us a sell opportunity. Obviously, price is not doing just that. So it left us with just one thing here, which is a premium zone. And what's a premium zone? What do you do? We look for a short opportunity right there. And that means I'll be putting a sell parameter here. That means we'll be expecting a little bit of buy before the market eventually sells. And then from there, we want to rake back into profit for some of this bearish movement. So right now, I mean, I'll be waiting to see more buy if the price creates something like this, like this, like this. So that would be the thing for me. What's wrong with this guy? I hope you get this right. I do hope you get it. So that is that on that. And SAG US dollar, let's see if we have anything on it. SAG US dollar, oh wow. I was expecting to see more buy on it actually because it tapped into that range again and we have a lot of void. A lot of voids right here. So I was expecting to see more buy on it, but then it didn't buy. So I'm going to take this out and this level I'll keep it because in the future I could just be seeing the price moving there. Anyways, I said it also that this low that we have here, if it's taken out successfully, we could be seeing the price pricing back into the previous low structure that we have, which I mentioned already. And this is the low right here at I deleted it again. No, this is the low right here at 61.2658, and this is it. This is how it's looking. So for me, I would only be waiting to see how the price is going to react with this. Are we going to expect more bearish momentum just like that, or are we going to see the price getting into a fair value gap and smash this level before we know? Before we give it buy again. So I really can't tell how it's going to move for now, but let's see the opportunities we have in the market and let's trade with proper risk management. So for now, it is a good or it is a safe place to say watch out for how this really play out and keep your stop loss tight, really, really tight. Okay. So it's uncertainty. Uncertainty is high on some of these guys. What other thing have we not talk about? What other thing? US 30 or S&P 500? I think I'll talk about S&P 500 and stop. Okay. The rest we'll discuss that on Monday in class. So, all right. S&P 500 on weekly time frame perspective, we had massive bullish momentum over the years. Oh, sorry, over the weeks. And guess what? After we have these 5 weeks back-to-back drop, I talked about it that we'll be having more sell to the price gets here before we buy, blah, blah, blah. Everything just turned fundamentally and it went straight up there. And since then, it's not coming back. But last week I said it's looking like they're tired and we might be seeing them coming back. As in, we might be seeing them selling. And obviously, last week was massive. Last day of trading for last week was massive. And it was a very massive bearish candle. With this outlook, honestly speaking, I would only be waiting for more bearish momentum. I would have loved that this week or the last week closed with this kind of range. It closed below this level. All right. This bearish candle closed below this level here. Had they been this is what happened. It would have given higher information about this sale. But regardless, let's go to the 4 hour time frame and see the opportunity we had. Okay, I gave out a call on buy on this one on 4 hour time frame last week. The price actually got there. It bought a little here, but the price eventually turned again. So I want to believe that even if you took the buy, you would have taken your partial profit or a break even. So this sale wouldn't have been a loss for you. And obviously, yes, the price is moving crazy this way. And what can we do? Well, I'm not looking at anything. I'm going to delete this one right here. I probably will just, excuse me. I'll just wait to see if the price can actually still make it down here, up here. If it does, yeah, I'll be waiting to see more and more break of that zone. Okay. something like this. So for me, this is 4 hour time free perspective on S&P 500. This is what I'll be expecting to see on it. So let's go with that analysis. Let's go with that frequency. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Comment, share, and like this, and definitely we're still going to see again. For those in the community, congratulations. We're going to see on Monday. And for those that are not, if you need help, if you need assistance, kindly comment. I would love to help you. I wish you a very profitable week ahead of you, and please make it count and don't overtrade. Thank you. God bless you and see you later.